Greetings, traders out there in Traderland. D7 here with Grok Trade, and I'm back. Let's talk stocks. All right, guys. Well, hey, listen, real quickly. I skipped last weekend. Got busy doing a lot of things and skipped out. I apologize. I have a lot going on. For those that don't know, I'm an institutional trader now. I've got a lot happening here in Tampa. But anyway, no excuse. Let's at least do one video a week, D7. I mean, come on, right? Give me a break. Quit being a slacker, Dez. Quit being a slacker. But take a look here at the spiders. We have been on an insane run to the upside. Bullish, 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 bullish. Job numbers, earnings, everything just looking rosy, 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 rosy. Big run the last 2 weeks. Bullish, bullish, bullish run. But I think it's over. But so at least here for a short time. We're hitting our head at major resistance. This is the spiders, S&P 500. If you look at this, we go up, 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 up. And we're running into a ton of resistance. Furthermore, we're building what's called a bearish divergence, okay? So quickly, all I mean by that is this. We have a higher swing high here. This isn't a swing high yet, but we are going higher there. We're going lower here. So that's problematic, okay? If I look at these others, see how the red line going up, 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 up here, and the red line going down, 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 down here? That's on the MACD centered oscillator. Whatever this line is doing, whatever this trend is doing is what this will do next. So we're going up here. This one's going down, so this should go down. Sure enough, we did go down. But look at this. We have a lower swing low here on price, but the MACD is a higher swing high. We should go up, and sure enough, we go up. Well, now we have a lower swing high on the MACD with a higher swing high here on price. So what should happen? It should drop. Not only should it drop, we're overextended. We're looking at the RSI here. We're way overextended right now, oversold, or overbought. And we have a plethora of different trend lines here acting as resistance. 100% chance. Now, I can't say that. I mean, come on. No one can say for sure what's going to happen in the markets. And I can't, even though I've been trading 23 years in the markets. And a lot of you guys do appreciate the calls that I've made in the past, which I do appreciate that you say, you know. Matter of fact, extra bonus points for anybody that actually puts down there a call that I made that you actually remember me making down in the comments, or one that I got wrong. It's like, here's the call you got wrong. So I'm agnostic here. You just tell me what, you know, whatever it is. If it was good or bad, I'm just interested to know if you even remember one. And extra bonus points, you say, I remember this one, and I actually have been with Grok Trade for X years. I mean, how many years have you been with us? Some of you guys have been longer than a year. Some of you more than 3 years. Some of you more than 5. I mean, there's some of you guys that's been listening to me 10 plus years. Are you kidding me? That's insane. Anyway, let's just get to this charts. That's all you care about right now. So will the markets drop? I think there's a big chance that this is going to happen, and like soon, this next week. The chance of this having a big bearish week, really good, really good. Diamonds, look at the diamonds here. Monster run to the upside. We're smacking our head right at a resistance point. This trend line, buyers or sellers came in and sold into that buying strength. NASDAQ Qs went straight up to my 2 trend lines. And you go back to my past videos, you'll know that these trend lines have not moved. They're the same trend lines we had there. It's like magic, right? It goes up, 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 up. People sold into that. Of course we're going to drop. Of course. Now, the best case scenario is we don't drop. We actually build a high base. We could build a high base in the going into the near future here. We just go sideways, sideways, sideways. That would be great. If we could have a week or two of just sideways bullish moves, or a sideways, just sideways moves, that will set up for a bullish move too in the future. That would be ideal, but a nice bull pullback would be fantastic too. I would love to see, you know, a nice bull pullback. Let me actually do something here on the Qs. I'm going to draw a fib here. This is making the assumption Friday was the high, making the assumption Monday will drop. I don't know if it's going to, but making that assumption, but it looks really highly probable. A good pullback to the to 390 on the Qs would be great, even if it got to the 384, but it could even get down as low as 378 down here. But this is the 20-day moving average. It's hard to see in the background. But if this pulled back, I could see a good area at 384 being a good buy area, especially being right here also. So that support, oh, I would love for it the Qs to get to 384. Guys, that's awesome. That would be a sweet, sweet spot. But what matters to me, what matters to me is the spiders. You know, maybe I should pull a fib on this one. It's funny saying pull a fib. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Okay, that's better. Pulls back to 20 days here. Pull back. Yeah, right here, 38 at 455. If the spiders get down to 455, wow, what a great area that would be to look for buying opportunities. Right now, I am all but I have unloaded the last week. We took off. I started unloading longs, taking profits. I still have a little bit of longs, but now I've been adding short positions, and you can see why we've been doing that. Short positions to ready the drop. We like to make money when the market goes up and when it goes down. It's fantastic to do that. So that's really good. Small caps had just an extreme run to the upside. A very, very, very good symmetrical triangle breakout. This was a big bullish pennant. Remember, we've been talking about the pennant where there's your leg. You go by this pennant. Soon as we started breaking through these trend lines, that was game on, guys. Very, very, very important. Oh no, hold on. I'm using TradingView. TradingView has a back button where it will change something back for you. So this is the one that, anyway, I don't want to do this on the fly, but nice run to the upside. We're overbought at this moment. Small caps look really strong. That tells me we have really good chance to continue to move upward, at least for a while. Which never ceases to amaze me that the financials come in. But here, let me show you the financials. This is interesting. Financials have not been, the last week and a half, have been bearish, not bullish. However, this is a bullish flag. We had a rising wedge that broke out, so that no longer become bearish. Now it's turning bullish. So we have the flag pull. We got a flag. As long as we can stay above this trend line, that would be great, especially if we get a pop to the upside. That would be really, really good. So I'm not liking the big volume here in the last couple of trading days on the financials. But nonetheless, as long as it stays above the 20-day moving average and this trend line, all is well with the financials. And if that gets bullish, look for the markets to get bullish yet again. It's going to be hard to do anytime soon for the mere fact that the markets are way overbought and the fact that we're at resistance levels across the board. US dollar, it broke down. We get a jab. It comes back in. It's now, US dollar is still in an uptrend at this moment. Silver went up. There's your bull pullback, gap down, run up. Those are very strong. Look for this silver to keep going higher. Gold had, what a choppy mess gold has been. Friday was a fantastic pop. We have major resistance coming up on gold around 170, guys. GLD 170. VIX is down, down, down. Interesting pop though Thursday and Friday. See how we rallied up, but we're right here at a trend line. That trend line, I think now I need to get rid of because it's been pierced 1, 2, 3, 4 different times because of that. Is now null and void. But this is telling me, oh, interesting. If I go to a line chart, you'll see it better. Resistance. If you look at this, let me blow it up. VIX is over the top of that trend line. See that? So resistance. We broke resistance on a falling wedge. So I would probably, I don't want that one. I'm going to go over here and go to array. I like the arrays. And go here and here. See the falling wedge. And then we have a equal low. So it's a double bottom. You see the double bottom there. And then we broke out. We're starting to break out to the upside. Guys, that means fear might be heading higher, which would make sense because everything is topping out right now. Very interesting to see that. A quick look at crypto, Bitcoin, high base. Look for this to explode again to the upside. It's getting ready to happen. It looks like BITO, which everyone can get into if you want to. Pro shares on Bitcoin, ETF futures. So this is something that's now traded. GBDC you can also do. So if you want to get into it, BITO, you can get in on that, or GBTC if you want exposure to Bitcoin, if you don't want to buy that. Ethereum is off to the races. I own a ton of Ethereum, guys. And it just is off to the races. One thing I'd like to do, though, which I think would help me out, is I want to have a couple lines here drawn. That's an important line to me. Let's see what the resistance line is. So I feel good with that. Nice uptrend. As long as it stays within this uptrend, I'm really happy with Ethereum. And I got in really cheap on this, really cheap. And I continue to buy it anytime we have dips. So I'm not buying it right now, waiting for next major dip for me to buy more. But that's a quick look, quick look while we're here. Why not? Why not? Look at Spider weekly chart, okay? So the weekly chart is very important also. The week is over, okay? The week is over. And look at this bearish divergence. It broke it, so that is now null and void. That stuff, if you don't understand that, we teach that in the mentoring. So anyway, you drop down, up. The weekly chart, guys, the Spider's weekly is at major resistance points. So this in volume is decreasing on the rise. Up, diamonds is up. It broke this trend line. That's really bullish. Or it can be, but we're pretty extended at this moment. And this can now, that's right. NASDAQ broke that trend line, has two other trend lines to get to. That's interesting to see. Wow. And then look at this big symmetrical triangle breakout on the small caps. Banks came up. We're at this trend line. If you look here, we got this trend line and we popped up above it, now below. It's having a hard time right now. Having a really hard time. Watch this. If I take this line, go up, okay, what I'm going to do is go to the trend line, go to the same swing high there, and go down to, see this one? I'm going to go to that one. See how we're going higher there, lower there? So financials, guys, on the weekly is getting a really quite, it's not great. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to encapsulate all this price action right there. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with this. So for financials, we need to stay above these trend lines. If we break below these trend lines, look for a major sell-off in the markets. It could be significant, okay? And US dollar heading up. Silver broke out of the falling wedge, which is great to see. That's what we needed. We needed to break through that. It did. Perfect. Gold. We broke through this resistance, and we're just getting through that one. It's trying to make a move to the upside. If it breaks through this, gold could get really bullish and fast. VIX is down. We're at a very low level here. So it needs to stay low, but if it starts to spike higher, guys, the markets will be under trouble. Bitcoin is just up and away. All right, and why we're here, let's take just a quick look at Apple, most liquid stock equity out there today. Take a good gander at Apple, and a lot of chop. Big drop. We rallied up. We're just barely over the moving averages. Nothing to get too excited about there. Feel free to follow us. Feel free to leave a like or a dislike. We prefer likes, but dislikes are okay too. We'll accept anything. Anyway, loving Tampa. Tampa is fantastic. Just had just spoke at a place to some high net worth individuals not too long ago, partners of ours. And that was a great meeting for all those that were a part of that. I'm glad that you were here. And I will be speaking yet again next week in Clearwater, Florida, on Wednesday to a big real estate investment group. And in December, I have another real estate investment group. It's funny, one self-storage, the other one. For whatever reason, real estate groups are asking me to teach on cryptocurrency and trading as a whole, which is what I've been doing. And I have one talk that I'm getting ready to do that talking about pulling the trigger. And I'll share with you something that one thing that I speak on is taking tenacious action, and meaning that when you have a confluence of buy signals, you pull the trigger. So for example, you guys are traders. I'll use this example and you'll understand this. There is a idea out there that females are far better traders than males, and there is a good argument for that. And I want to share with you my thoughts on it, on being a trader for 23 years and mentoring for 17. Okay, I've been mentoring 17 years, been in business with my own mentoring company for 14 years. We mentor some high-profile individuals that have come through. We have celebrities and high-profile executives in like Microsoft and over in Apple. It's funny, both groups, high-level executives have come through. A lot of pilots, a lot of engineer minds, a lot of people who are business owners. We get a lot of lefties. You know, those are the people that come through. But anyway, one thing that I know is that females are better traders if the assumption is the females, because females as a whole tend to be rule abiders, and so in other words, they tend to be highly disciplined. Because of that, that bodes well when you have a winning system given to you to learn how to trade. They tend to follow that and do that really well. And that's making the assumption that the guys are gunslingers and they don't so much follow the rules. They don't color within the lines well, and that doesn't go over well when you're being taught a winning system and you try to blaze your own trail. It doesn't tend to work out that way. However, the script can be flipped, and sometimes males are better traders than females, and here's why. Sometimes a female will wait too long and wait for too many confirmations before pulling the trigger to enter the trade, and they tend to lose out on the move itself. So sometimes, so I look at it this way: the problem that a female has is a female, if they're shooting a gun, will ready themselves, aim, really aim, never pulling the trigger, never taking the shot, and now the target is gone, okay? It's moved on if you're hunting. A guy, on the other hand, their weakness is they've got their gun in the holster and they pull out, shoot, and then keep shooting. So those both are problems. Obviously, you want to pull out, aim, when everything's set up, you pull the trigger instantly. There's no hesitation. The whole thing that I teach on is taking decisive action when the confluence of buy signals are in fact lined up. And because that's where the money is. That's where those opportunities, you have to strike, and you have to see them, identify them, strike them, and to benefit from them. So that's something else I speak on. So I do speak to groups. I prefer those groups being at least 20 or larger. If they're masterminds or board, directors or whatever, but groups bigger than 20. I've been enjoying speaking on topics of cryptocurrency, trading, or decisive action, and what I call the entrepreneurial dilemma, entrepreneurism dilemma. And that is, most entrepreneurs or business individuals are self-employed, not business owners. There's a big difference. And if 99%, I'm making up that number, are self-employed, you will never scale, or your scaling opportunities are highly diminished. So the idea is to be a business owner
so you can scale more freely. And when you're scaling, you're able to be more profitable. So as you can see, I like the idea of playing this game, this money game. Because the game that we're all playing right here is investing in the right things at the right time, right? That's the game that we're playing. And what most people get wrong is they don't invest in themselves first to play the game well. They would rather invest in what they think might be good, opposed to learning how to identify what truly is good. Big difference. Stop the video, pause it, go back and listen to that again, because it's highly rich. It's a big gold nugget. I don't want it lost on anybody. But it's just, so when people, if you're going to learn something, make sure you have learned it better than everybody else out there. You have the best coach than everybody else out there, the best mentor than anybody else out there. Because if you do, and you do that well, what that does is that will set you up to make more money than anybody else out there. So the idea is invest in the right things. First, invest in the mind. You got to invest here. Learn the secrets to whatever it is, real estate, commodities, stock trading is what we're doing here, right? Whatever it is, align yourself with killers in that market and beg them to mentor you. You want somebody who's in the trenches to teach you, not just a course, So quit buying the courses and books and stuff. Find somebody who's in the trenches, who's a real trader, or somebody who's a real estate guy, or a real person that works with commodities or business acquisitions, or whatever it is. Find the killers, align yourself with those killers, and beg them to teach you everything that they know. and whatever it is, and pay them whatever it is that they're asking. They are worth their weight in gold. They can't, I'm telling you, I cannot stress this enough. And take our company out of it for a second. Look at just any other business. If you're in just business as a whole, business acquisitions, commodities, futures, ETFs, currencies, forex, cryptocurrencies, okay? Whatever your playing field is, that sandbox that you're in, find the person who builds the best sand castles in that sandbox, and pay them whatever you have to be able to build those same sort of sandcastles in that sandbox that you want to play in. Don't know how else to say it. so that's it. Guys, I appreciate you all. And thanks for letting me just opine and drone on and on in my talks. It's just, I like doing this. And I can't believe how many of you guys are still on listening to me. Now, I don't know that, other than the fact that I do know that will be the case. You guys are crazy. Who would just sit and listen to this guy just drone on and on after the end of the video when the thing's 20 plus minutes long? And if you are listening, let me just have a personal talk with you, Wow. I just talked with a gentleman not too long ago. He's been following me 12 years. Before he met, he's like, Des, he goes, that's my name. He goes, I've been following you 12 years, and I feel like I know you. And he goes, I know when I meet you, you're not going to have that same feeling for me. And he was wondering how to just absorb that, right? And it wasn't a big of an issue, I don't think, as he said, as he might have been thinking, I don't know. But it was just a thought that you guys have taken the time just to listen to me for how many years, you might have put it down in the comments already, 1, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. You've taken your time to listen to me. And I just want to say that's not lost on me. Thank you. I want to know you. I want to get to know you. I hope we do connect somehow. I hope that you're part of our ecosystem. I hope that we do connect. I want to know you as you might feel like you know me. I look forward to that. I really do. Thank you for the time. I don't want to belabor it, but it's not lost on me. Thank you. I so appreciate you. And it says a lot. When you guys put a thumbs up, or you follow, or you share. When you share, it's like, wow, thank you for trusting the level of technical analysis as a whole. Thank you for allowing us, or trusting us enough to share it with your circles and your friends. And we never want to let you down. We want to deliver what we feel is the best that's out there, and we hope that we do that and do that well. So anyway, that's it. Take care. A sincere, wonderful rest of the week to each and every one of you. And for you who have made it to the end, just say "made it" in the comments, because only you and I and the other people that made it will understand what "made it" means in the comments. If you made it this far, just say "made it" in whatever comment. Leave me a comment. I want to read them. So let me know something about you. Take care, guys. We'll see you. Bye.